Fistful of Dollars stars Clint Eastwood, Gian Maria Volante, Marianne Koch, and Jose Calvo Silvanito. Directed by Sergio Leone, this particular set was released on Blu-ray June 1st, 2010, and runs 100 minutes. Fistful of Dollars, or A Fistful of Dollars, the title card just says Fistful of Dollars. The first in the Man with No Name trilogy follows a wandering cowboy, the Man with No Name, origin unknown, into a small town being run by two warring gangs, the Baxters and the Rojos. He quickly makes friends with Silvanito, the innkeeper, and Pirapero, the undertaker, who help him throughout. He eventually finds a job working with the Rojos. As the group awaits the return of their leader, Ramon, Eastwood and Silvanito discover he was out ambushing an army battalion for a crate of gold they were carrying. The mysterious Man with No Name soon begins working for both gangs, selling bits of info to each about the other for his own profit, hence Fistful of Dollars, cleverly playing them against each other until they basically destroy each other. But he eventually becomes the unlikely hero, helping Marisol, being held against her will by Ramon, reuniting her with her husband and child. Besides the gangs, it looks like her husband and child are the only other people left in town, when in reality, they probably just didn't have the budget to populate the town. Marisol asks why he helps them, and his answer gives you a small, obscure portion about his past, making you wonder and question more about him. One of the first things I noticed was how Silvanito plays up the misery when Eastwood first enters town. There's a kind of comedy to it. He just keeps going on about it, telling him to get out while he can, that if he stays, he's sure to die. He opens the window to a view of the undertaker out there making caskets. Every time you see him, constantly making caskets. Having a smaller budget, it was clever to write in a reason why the town was so deserted. This movie has such great directing as well, with spanning landscape shots, dramatic close-ups and stylish angles. It was discovered during the production that the cheaper film stock they had to use due to budget restraints allowed for extreme close-ups to be filmed completely in focus, which became one of Sergio Leone's trademarks. The music is fantastic. Ennio Morricone's score gets you into that Western mood, and in each movie in the trilogy, there's a specific jingle for the main characters during certain situations. The whistling is a bit too loud though. If you have the volume up on a good sound system, you'll tear your ears out. The sound is great too. I especially love that Western twang gunshot effect. The whole movie, including the sound effects, are dubbed. This trilogy of films, being an Italian/German/Spanish co-production, involves actors from different countries speaking in their own languages. Eastwood from America, Marianne Koch from Germany, Gian Maria Volante from Spain, and different dub tracks depending on the release country. For example, for a German release, they would leave Marianne Koch's performance and dub everyone else in German. For a North American release, they would leave Eastwood's performance and dub everyone else in English, and so on for the rest of the world. The genre of the Man with No Name trilogy is referred to as spaghetti westerns. From an Italian director, they were filmed in Spain because a lot of the terrain looks like the American West. People in Asia first used the term macaroni western to differentiate them from American westerns. The costumes are really well done. Eastwood's instantly recognizable poncho look was just something they threw together. He had brought a couple shirts, boots, and a hat from another Western show he was doing called Rawhide. Everything else was bought in Spain, but the actors had to be careful because they only had one of everything. So if someone, for example, lost their hat, or if Eastwood lost that iconic poncho, that was it. They really make the color of the blood stand out as well. Instead of a realistic, dark crimson color, it's more of a bright holiday red. The movie's pacing is excellent. Nothing drags and has an appropriate, easy-to-watch runtime. Overall, Fistful of Dollars is one of the greatest starts to some of the greatest westerns in general. It has a small-budget feel with minimal plot, locations and actors, easing you into the larger, more ambitious stories to come in the trilogy. 8.5 out of 10. The masterworks, the genius, the legacy. The Sergio Leone spaghetti westerns did not simply add a new chapter to the genre, they reinvented it. From his shockingly violent and stylized breakthrough, A Fistful of Dollars, to the film Quentin Tarantino calls the best-directed movie of all time, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Leone's vision did for westerns what talkies did for all movies back in the 20s. It elevated them to an entirely new art form, fully restored, presented in high definition with their best ever audio, and including audio commentaries, featurettes, and more. These films are much more than the definitive Leone collection. They are the most ambitious and influential westerns ever made.
Get 3 coffins ready.
Huh?
My mistake. 4 coffins.